Wow, nice to see you again. I titled this one, God answered, but you must act. I want to tell you something very simple and powerful. It's not as if God did not answer your prayers, but there are some things that God will never do for you. Let's look at Moses. Moses was called by God. God talked to him face to face. God showed him miracles. He said he should go to Egypt and take his people to the promised land. That was what God said. Something happened. Moses could not get to the promised land because he could not deal with the anger that made him to run away from Egypt 40 years. And 40 years later, God called him again. And because he could not deal with this, he could only see the promised land, but he could not get there. And that was not God's promise for Moses. Now let's talk about Samson. Samson was anointed of God, called of God, gave him power, gave him strength. But because he could not deal with lust, he was not able to fulfill destiny. Another one is Judas, called by God. In fact, he was anointed, he raised the dead, he was very powerful, he followed Jesus Christ. But greed was one thing he could not deal with, and that one actually destroyed Judas. God couldn't remove greed from the heart of Judas. That was his own responsibility. You see, sometimes when God says ask for wisdom, it's not that God does not know that you need wisdom. Even before you come to him to ask for anything, God already have answered your prayers because he knows everything from beginning to the end. Before you are born, he knows everything you are going to say. But asking is your responsibility. Now listen to me. Growth, obedience, character is also your responsibility. These three things are the things you have to do by yourself. No matter how God loves you, he will leave you to do these three things by yourself. Now God gives promises, but you build the discipline. God opens the door, but it's your responsibility to walk through the door. Likewise, God creates the opportunities, but you must be prepared for it. This generation loves results but hates responsibilities. We want the promise without the process, but God cannot do the part he has assigned to you. Never. As we close this year, it's not that God has not answered your prayers. He has, and he is still answering prayers. The reason is because God refused to promote a version that will destroy you. Just like these three people, you saw Moses, Samson, and Judas. You know this. Great heroes understood these principles. Pray as though everything depends on God, and walk as though everything depends on you. St. Augustine. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. Jim Rohn. Child of God, listen to me. God has answered your prayer. He has heard you. He has prepared the land. But this week, as the year runs to an end, ask yourself, what is the one thing I need to do? What is the one thing I must deal with before I cross into the promised land? Because God is ready. The question is this: are you ready? I know you've been blessed. The next time I see you, a better version of who you are. God bless you. Bye for now.